Hello friends, Namaste. Welcome to Homemaking 101. I wouldn't be wrong if I say that mango and chocolate are amongst the favorite foods for everyone. So today I'm going to take these two favorites and bake with them. First I will be making swirl cookies which are made of whole wheat flour, and second baked goodies are mango pistachio scones which are gluten free as they are made of oat flour. A steaming cup of tea or coffee and one of these baked goodie. Wow, what a splendid way to have tea and milk. So let's go to the kitchen and start baking. But before that, I have a request. To help this channel grow and be part of my YouTube family, please press the red subscribe button and also press the bell icon so that you can be notified when I upload new videos every time. So now let's start baking. So for these cookies I will be using whole wheat flour or atta, and after that I'll be using sugar which is unrefined, and after that I'll be using vegetable oil, then smooth almond butter. You know, it's a very good source of monounsaturated fat, protein and fiber. Then it's homemade yogurt and some cocoa powder. It's unsweetened. Then I will be using baking powder and a pinch of salt, and this is optional. Some milk, and I will tell you why this is optional. Please keep watching and I'll tell you why this is optional. Now we will start with our cookie dough. So I have taken a stand mixer in which I'm going to add the almond butter and vegetable oil, and then I'm going to start the stand mixer and let it work till both combine really well. With the mixer running, I'll add the sugar now and mix it until it's well combined. So in the meantime my mixer is running, I'll go ahead and add baking powder and salt to whole wheat flour and whisk it well and then keep it aside. So now the mixture of sugar, almond butter and oil is completely mixed. I'm going to add yogurt in it, and this yogurt is at room temperature. Now I'll wait until the yogurt is also fully incorporated in the mixture. So after this I'm going to slowly add the flour mixture to the stand mixer bowl and let it run until fully combined. So these almond butter cookies, they have a delightful crumbly texture and sweet nutty flavor, and moreover they can be made vegan too. So as you can see, my dry ingredients are completely mixed. Now I will scoop out half of the mixture into a bowl. So for the other half, I'll start the mixer again and I'm going to add around 2 tablespoons of milk. So if your mixture already came to a soft ball, there is no need to add milk. So that's why I told you earlier that it's optional, but my mixture was crumbly. It didn't come to a soft ball, so I added around 2 tablespoons of milk, and slowly it will just come to a soft ball. So now I'm going to put some parchment paper on my kitchen countertop and then take out the dough onto the parchment paper and just form a ball out of it. So I'll be preparing two doughs, one with cocoa powder in it and one without it. So one without it is ready. Now let's prepare the one with the cocoa powder. Now I'll add the other half of the mixture to the stand mixer bowl, add the cocoa powder in it and let it mix well. Then I'll add milk so that the dough ball can form, and slowly it will come together, and I'll keep it aside for some time. So now I will start rolling out the dough into a circular shape of about 10 to 12 inches diameter. So as you can see, it's not a perfect circle, but that's okay. I'm not a professional baker. It's just rustic home cooking. Similarly, I will roll out the chocolate dough also and will try to keep both the rolled doughs of the same size. So now you can see both the doughs have been rolled. I'll carefully top one dough over the other So if the dough tears, no problem, you can always patch it together. And now I will start rolling the dough up like a jelly roll style very slowly, and just keep on going. And once you get hold of it, it will be very easy to do it, and just keep on going. So take your time and roll it very tightly. So at this time I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degree Fahrenheit, and I have lined my baking sheets with parchment paper. So now I will start cutting the dough in sliced cookies, somewhere between 1 by 4 inches to 1 by 8 inches thick, and just keep those cookies on the baking sheets. So my cookie sheets are ready to go in the oven, and I will bake the cookies for about 18 to 20 minutes. So after 18 minutes, my cookies have come out from the oven, and with the help of a spatula, I will transfer them to the cooling rack to let them cool down. And these cookies are ready to enjoy with your loved ones. So for mango pistachio scones, I have taken 2.5 cups of oat flour. And to make oat flour, just grind the oats in a blender into a fine flour. So after oat flour, I am taking unrefined sugar. You can take any sugar which you have on hand. After sugar, I am taking some pistachios which I have finely chopped. And after pistachios, I will be using baking powder, a little pinch of salt, and I'm taking mango puree. So you can put the mango in a blender and make puree. I have just grated the fresh mangoes and taken the puree, and here I'm using half and half. You can use heavy cream if you have on hand, or otherwise you can also use milk, and 2 tablespoons of oil. So these are the ingredients which we need for making scones. So let's start making the scones. Now in a bowl, I'll add first all the dry ingredients, that is my oat flour, my baking powder, salt, sugar, my pistachios, and then mix them well. For your reference, I will give all the ingredients list in the description box below. And after mixing, now I will start adding the wet ingredients. So first of all, I'm adding the mango puree in it. Then I will add the half and half, and after it I'll add the oil. So it's same with these scones also. You can easily make them vegan by replacing the half and half with any vegan milk. So now I will use my hands to mix or knead the dough, and I will try not to overwork it, but just knead with my fingertips until it's combined. So now you can see that it has turned into a slightly sticky dough. So now I have lined my baking sheet with parchment paper, and I transfer the dough onto the baking sheet, and I will try to form it into a circular shape. And if the dough is too sticky, I'll just wet my hands a little bit and just spread it into a circle. At this point of time, I will preheat the oven to 375 degree Fahrenheit. Now with the help of a knife, I will cut it into 8 triangles and just separate them out. So if you have kids, then this recipe is a great way to get them into the kitchen, as this is a one bowl recipe. So these scones have crunchy golden brown tops with soft and moist center. They have a slight touch of sweetness with crumbly edges. So my scones are all ready, and I'll put them in the oven for around 18 to 20 minutes. So after 20 minutes, I will take out the scones from the oven and let them cool. So now the scones have cooled completely. I will start preparing my glazing, and this is totally optional, but let me warn you, skip this at your own risk. as this gives a punch of flavor to these scones and make them mega flavorful. So for my glazing, I will be using some powdered sugar, then pistachios to sprinkle on the top, and I'll be using mango puree to make the glazing. So let's start making it. So in a bowl, I'll dump the powdered sugar and then slowly add my mango puree and I'll keep on mixing it. I'll mix it until it becomes very smooth. So you can see that it's still a little bit thick, so I will just add a little bit more mango puree and mix it so that it becomes a little bit of pouring consistency. And you can see that the color is so beautiful, orangish yellowish color because of the mangoes. And yeah, so see, it's of the pouring consistency. And now I'll start putting it on the, you can drizzle it on the scones or you can cover the whole scone like I'm doing it. It's totally up to you. So while the glazing is still wet, sprinkle some pistachios on top of it, and my son is helping in it as he cannot resist. You can see. So yeah, after some time the glazing will be dried and you can just enjoy it. If you make any of these baked goodies, please be sure to give thumbs up to this video and don't forget to subscribe to Homemaking 101, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and have a nice day. Bye.